Hey everyone, I know I'm not the person you're expecting to see. Here for the other guy. Now, normally me and Jason do reviews together. You can check us out on the Great VHS Vault and a slew of other stuff we do on this channel. But we didn't review Tron Ares together. He didn't ask me. But I've just seen it. I've walked out of the cinema 15 minutes ago and I thought, you know what? Instead of doing a normal review, I'm going to do something called Jason Watches Tron Ares. So the idea is let's watch, the big man's review, and I'll pause it along the way and I'll add my own commentary. Because, he thinks he's all important and stuff because the channel's named after him and he does most of the content. Nintendo's lucky he's not suing you, Please keep up. Yes. Be a channel member. Be a Patreon member. Get involved, people.
Welcome to the world of Tron Ares, where Neon Dreams meets Jared Leto Nightmares.
I really love that show.
Let's talk about it. Tron, the franchise that asks the age-old questions, what if computer programs were sexy? The original Tron was like watching a screensaver come to life. Tron Legacy? Pretty much the same thing, except now the screensaver was scored by Daft Punk and had Jeff Bridges mumbling about Zen programming. And now we have Tron Ares starring Jared Leto, because apparently Hollywood hasn't learned that Jared Leto should only be allowed to perform at county fairs where people can throw fruit at him.
Now hang on here. Listen, I just got to put out there, Jason's not a fan, right? He's been on record multiple times he hates Jared Leto. But I'm going to go in defense of Jared Leto just a little bit here, all right? When it comes to this movie, he's not as wooden as flat as everyone's saying. He's not, Jason. And I know you're not a big fan, dude. But he does something pretty cool here, I think, in the film, in the sense that he starts off super wooden and flat and, one way. And then by the end, he's kind of developed a personality. Now, I get it. Jared Leto has two settings. It's this.
Occurred to you that's why you were summoned in the first place.
Or it's this.
Never confuse shit with chocolato. They may look the same, but the taste very different.
Let's back up before my system crashes from sheer Leto overload. Tron Ares is a 2025 science fiction neon-soaked NyQuil hallucination directed by Joaquin Ronning, starring Evan Peters, Greta Lee, and Jared Leto, who is apparently trying to collect Worst Performances Award across every genre known to man. The film picks up years after Tron Legacy, when a self-aware security program named Ares, played by Jared Leto, is sent from the digital world into the real world to steal data. So yeah, he's basically a phishing program. What follows is a glossy, high-concept thrill ride full of neon, philosophy, and vehicles that look like they were designed by Apple after a cocaine rave. The thing about the Tron movies is that they have always been ahead of their time. The first one was released when people still thought computers were powered by gnomes and dial-up connections. Legacy came out before neon was cool again, and before we all decided that we wanted our music to sound like robots having a religious experience. Thanks, Daft Punk.
I will add to that I think what appears to me after seeing the third one is each film has tackled its generation and its computer issues quite well. It's kind of hit certain points. I mean, like 1982 looks at how it looks. It's the beginning of the computer age, limit with technology. And then we do that jump to 2010 to Tron Legacy. And it's a big jump, not only in what they're able to do in the film, but just them trying to attempt to build mythology in there. Because you got to remember, Tron is pretty thin, the first one, on mythology. But the second one, they really try to do it. And this third one, in the way of the visual jumps and CGI, is pretty rad too. So, I don't know. Let's hear what else he's got to say.
Both movies were underappreciated when they came out, and both have aged like fine wine. And I still maintain that the Tron Legacy soundtrack is one of the best movie scores ever made. And
He's wrong. It is the best film score ever made. And as someone who loves film scores, who follows Italian composers from the 1960s, I'm into composition. Daft Punk soundtrack is a seminal piece of musical art.
you cannot change my mind. If my house were on fire, I would grab my cat, my copy of the Tron Legacy soundtrack, and then a child. Probably. Yes. The visuals are incredible. Every frame looks like it was designed by an overachieving circuit board that somehow got into art school. The new world building expands on the mythology in some really clever ways. And the action scenes are so kinetic, you can practically feel your eyeballs trying to do parkour.
Hey, I love when it comes to action scenes, a couple of the big standouts in the film is the hacking scene, which I thought was going to be a montage of Evan Peters going like that in cool stylistic ways. But no, we actually get to see them on a mission because they're hacking. So we get to say inside the digital world. Very cool. The light cycle chase through the city is incredible. And the recognizer at the end was far more intimidating than I would have expected. But certainly the great scene in this one, and I'm sure Jason's going to mention it in a minute, really isn't any of the action scenes. It's the scenes between Jared Leto and Jeff Bridges in the 1982 Tron grid. Oh, delicious.
The light cycles, the disc battles, the new tech, it's all slick as all get out. This movie is, in the most literal sense, cool. But then the characters open their mouths. Oh boy.
Tron has never had wonderful performances by the actors. Not that type of movie. I feel like you're going to be smacking the disabled kid by picking on the characters in this film. All right, Josh, what are you going to say?
These are some of the dumbest people ever written. And I'm not talking about sci-fi naivety dumb. I mean, walk into a glass door 3 times before realizing it's a door dumb. Evan Peters, for example, who I normally love, plays a character who goes full Looney Tunes villain halfway through the film. He is so unhinged and melodramatic that I half expected him to go and pop out a mustache just so he could twirl it.
The other problem with him, with Evan Peters, is there's zero character development. Like Jason said, he is a one-note stereotypical villain. There's nothing to him. There's no character arc whatsoever.
It's like the filmmakers uploaded every bad line of dialogue from every 90s cyberpunk movie into ChatGPT and said, perfect, print that. There's also an emotional subplot about Greta Lee's character trying to honor her sister who died of cancer. But the movie waits so long to tell us that. I had already emotionally deleted that entire subplot from my memory by the time we realized why she was doing that subplot.
Yeah, who gave a shit, really?
45 minutes in, and I'm like, oh, so that's why you're sad. Great. Get back on your laser motorcycle. But as far as characters goes, she's perfectly serviceable and does her best with some of the dumb lines that she's given to read.
Okay, when it comes to the script, yes, this is an awful script. But this is the Disney mantra, right? Like, let's put films into production and then we'll figure out the script later on, you know? And I feel like they had a outline for this movie, but they hadn't filled in the gaps. And when they did fill in the gaps, what the subject matter of this film, I think, wrote the gaps, and that's AI.
And then there's Jared Leto. Jared Leto plays Ares, the security program who gains a soul and apparently also gains the emotional range of a damp towel. Look, I don't know who keeps hiring Jared Leto, but I assume it's some kind of Faustian bargain where every time he stars in a movie, another good actor somewhere loses their career. He plays this role with the same enthusiasm you would expect from someone reading off a teleprompter at a funeral. The man delivers lines like he's being held hostage by the concept of sincerity. His awakening to self-awareness is less a program discovering emotion and more a guy trying to remember if he left the oven on. He doesn't seem like he's really experiencing a journey into sentience and all of the wonder that goes with it. He seems more like he's dispassionately observing it with all of the intensity of someone who's watching a cell go through mitosis.
I think the problem, and again, I'm going to stand by, I don't think he was that bad. I noticed him attempting to create an arc. Is it perfect? Hell no. This movie isn't. Again, Jason, you're slapping the disabled kid by picking on Jared Leto. And dude, you know how much I love it. Look, we do a show called The Power of J Skull. This dude's going to be Skeletor next year. We've got to come to grips that, you know, he's still going to be messing with our fandom. Be kind. I mean, I'm saying it out of desperation.
Listen, Jared Leto is not good in this movie. Jared Leto is not good in 95% of his movies. He is the cinematic equivalent of a pop-up ad. Just when you think you're safe, boom, there he is.
Listen, there are a couple of films you've got to recognize with Jared Leto that he's been in. Didn't he play David Berkowitz in a film? I thought he did really well. He's been in the classic Darren Aronofsky film with Jennifer Connelly. And also, he was great in Dallas Buyers Club. Was he not? He was good in that. But I will agree, everything else, oh boy, it's bad. It's 30 seconds from bad acting.
Whispering like he's auditioning to be the next AI voice assistant. I don't know how to say this. Stop putting Jared Leto in things. Nobody likes Jared Leto in things.
Hey, by the way, let's address this now. This film only exists because of Jared Leto. Because clearly Jared Leto is in a phase of his life where he's playing out his member berries. Like, he's a producer on this film. It's very clear to me this guy went into a Disney pitch meeting and said, I love Tron. Tron means a lot to me. Make me build a Tron film around him, which they've done. So as much as it hurts, I mean, clearly when they put him in the 1982 Tron's like grid, that's clearly Jared Leto playing out a 10-year-old fantasy as a child. So yeah, like it's, as much as people despise this guy, and I know Jason doesn't love him, this film doesn't exist without him, and that's a fact.
Now, all of that said, Tron Ares is still awesome because despite the dumb characters, despite the bad acting, and despite the fact that Jared Leto exists, the movie is a visually pleasing spectacle that never lets up. It is a candy-coated, high-octane light show that delivers pure, glowing dopamine. And if the characters are stupid, fine. Well, at least they're stupid in style. The nostalgia factor is strong, especially in this one sequence, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Tron Ares feels like a true continuation of the original Tron, like it picked up the old 1980s vibes and added 2020's gloss and sprinkled in just enough nonsense to make it unmistakably modern Disney sci-fi. It's dumb, but it's fun dumb.
To me, it indicates and it highlights, it shows the problem Disney Studio has had for coming on to nearly 30 years now. They're not a studio known to develop really great IP, or if they have really great IP, they're not known to be able to handle it well. Now, I'm not talking about Marvel Studios, Pixar, Lucasfilm, any other companies they know. I'm talking about Disney Studio. In fact, ask yourself, When was the last truly great live action non-remake of their animated Disney film? Hasn't been one for a long time. And unfortunately, the state of Disney Studios pretty well points that this may be one of the best for them.
It's gorgeous and occasionally hollow. It's the digital equivalent of eating a glowing donut. You know it's going to be bad for you, but it still tastes so good.
The after credit scene, which is the quickest after credit scene you're in. You literally, the credits start to roll and boom, they cut back into an after credit scene, is a lot of fun. I will admit it was kind of cool to see that moment.
Verdict, Tron Ares. Cool as hell, dumb as bricks, still worth watching.
Hey, who are you pointing at when you said dumb as bricks? You're dumb as bricks. I took that personally. No, he's right. Go check it out. It's a lot of fun. It's a good movie.
Come for the visuals, stay for the 9-inch nails, and try not to think too hard when Jared Leto starts talking, or you'll probably de-res as well. So help me Zeus,
jelly.
Leto.
It's just jelly.
If you mess up Masters of the Universe,
He's not.
I am never speaking to you again.
He's not. You're going to love it, Jason.
Not
You're
that
going to love
I
him.
spoke
You're
to you
gonna love
before.
Skeletor.
But you know what I mean.
I promise you.
Go watch it. It's a good movie.
Can we end this video yet? I kind of agree with him in all seriousness. It is a dumb movie. Poor script, but it is a visual feast. It's a lot of fun to go and see it. Honestly, I think this movie is getting way bad word of mouth unnecessarily. So it's crazy. All right. I'm the Jason that you didn't want to watch, but you're watching him anyway because Jason watches Tron Ares. Thanks for hanging around, guys. And, enjoy all the great stuff Jason has on his channel, including me. It may not be great, but I'm at least, no, I am great. I'm actually pretty damn awesome if I was honest with you.